So here we're going to start our application. So we're going to start our environment. We're going to load our readings.py. We'll see that it's started up with a 7 as the reading. So what we're going to do is here, because the temperature is coming direct and it's coming direct from the weather station, that's the actual temperature outside. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a little test. We're going to take an inputted reading so that we can actually verify that we have something that's working. So see here, it should be -7 now. It should give us the purple color, which it does. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here and have a look. So like I said, we have the purple, which is the minus, and we have 1 to 11, which was the blue color we already seen. So let's do a temperature between 17 and 23. So if we go in here and we do 19, go OK, we go deploy, we go inject, we'll see that it's changed to orange. We're also going to just turn down the light so that we can see the colors better from the body. And like I said, we'll just go in here and just change this to maybe -5 again to give us the purple. So users can always see what temperature it is outside based on the color of the box. So purple is minus, so you've got very cold weather. Then we have the blue, then we have yellow, then we have orange for when it's very, very hot. So if we did 35, for example, as the weather, go deploy, go inject, we see that it goes to red. If we go to our temperature here, we see the output is giving it red. And if we move in a little bit closer, we will see that it has the color slit at the side so that you can see it from various angles in what color it actually is. So that's the color body working. So after our test, if we go into our influx database and we were doing the temperature, we do a submit, we'll see that we can get the 35 we entered in, the -5, the 19, the -7. So these are the values that we tested with the colors, and that was just to verify that the color box worked based on the temperatures that are entered into the influx database, which in turn comes from Node-RED, which in turn comes from the MQTT broker. And the MQTT broker, as we will see here, we'll just load this up. We will connect to it, and we'll see that we have the upstairs, which is the inside weather readings, and the outside weather station. The outside weather station we can see here. If we select it again, outside weather station, and here is our humidity, temperature, wind speed. That was the temperature that was initially loaded, which was the 7. Here's my website, which is hosted on Glitch. So essentially, this takes all of my readings and my user, and I've swapped this out so that it uses a MongoDB database in the cloud. So for example, if I just log in, so I'll just use my Homer user to log in, and we'll just go to Mongo database. You'll see here I have a reading station user. So if I go into my users, we will actually see homersimpson.com. Obviously my password as well. I go to readings. Sorry, no, if I go to stations, see Weather Buddy stations is the one that I have here. So just to prove this is pulling from the database, we're going to make a small little edit directly in the Mongo database where we're actually going to take out the S at the end of station, so it's just station. We're going to do an update. We're going to go here, we're going to see Weather Buddy stations, do a refresh, and we'll see Weather Buddy station. So all this data, the readings, the users, the stations themselves, they're all hosted on the Mongo database in the cloud. So we'll also notice here that we have different users details. So this is Peter Smith's location data from his station. We have this one here, Mark Simon, that's his station. This is another user station, and this is another user station. But this one here is our station. That's why we get the green button for view station readings. It's the same as hitting this folder icon here to open up our station readings. So if I just click on this, Let's take us to our reading. We'll notice on this one here, we'll see that we've only got this one icon because this is our single dashboard. So we only have one reading. So we see here we have our station name, location, we have some data as well, just that's generated from readings, like for example, the temperature in Celsius and Fahrenheit, the wind speed. We can also do an auto-generate reading, which goes to Open Weather API and grabs the readings. We can also do a manual insert of readings here and submit that. We have the trends and also the min-max of the readings that we have. We see here there's two here, 2024. They're just two that I randomly added in. But we see here 27, 28, 29, 30, 31st, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. These are all auto-generated. But this is auto-generated from the script, a Python script that basically takes the readings from the Influx database that's then taken from the MQTT broker, and it posts up to the site, including the code which it actually gets from the API, but we'll get at that later on. And we also get the trend forecast data for temperature, wind speed, and pressure for 8 days. So just to go back to our dashboard, and just to prove that this does work, we're just going to go auto-generate reading. And we'll see here we have a new reading here on the 1st. So obviously, sorry, on the 5th. So we see here all my readings are 3 o'clock, but they're auto-generated. Obviously, this is a different time. This is the one that we've just added. And we can also remove that reading. So I can confirm to delete, and that will take that reading out, and it'll also delete it from the database. Is I'll go in here and actually manually add one now. So just do this one, 12, 1, 2, 3, direction, 136, 3, 4, submit. Okay, so that was too high, so it has to be 117 is the max value. So submit. So a bit of error checking there on the readings coming in. And we'll see here that I've sand, dust, world winds is the weather code I picked, and it updates. Here's our manual reading here as well. And if we go into our Mongo database, if we do a refresh of the data, which we've just entered in here, is 731, which was the code we entered, temperature 12, there was a speed that was 117, so we can see that it's actually entered in. This is the local hosted site on the Raspberry Pi. It's similar to the website, but it's actually got some same functionality, but just there's a little bit of extra functionality added in as well. So we'll see here our dashboard is the exact same as the same. It has the sites, it has, we can edit the single screens, we can add in data, we can remove data, which is fine. Profile logout, about all the same. But we see here live station stats. This wasn't on our website. So what this does is this actually loads up Grafana dashboard, and I have a script in Grafana dashboard that actually sends out the height of the dashboard to the site so that we can actually set the height of the iframe so that we have this nice full dashboard without having a scroll bar on the side where we go in and we have the wind speed, we have the humidity, wind direction. This is where we did the testing with the temperature. That's why we have this weird kind of a graph, skewed readings, and we have our humidity and pressure. So we have outside and inside, which is obviously from the upstairs inside weather data, and then the outside, so we have a comparison. Obviously it's nighttime, so light is gone. We've had no rainfall today, so that's why that's empty. And this is the mobile version, which is local to the network of the house, so you can't access this remotely anywhere else, and it stores the data in the Influx DB, and only data that is accessible is what's sent to the database, which is in MongoDB. I also implement IFTTT, and we see here I have weather station down. So essentially what happens with this one is that this will do a check on the Influx database that if there's no entries in the last 10 minutes, it will actually send me a notification in the app and also an email and through Alexa. And I also have a second one for frost outside. This is where I actually analyze data and I send it to myself, because at 7 a.m. it analyzed the previous 4 hours of data in the Influx database, and it sends me a notification that if it's frost outside. So see here we have the ingredients where it gives 2 values. I use that in the message where I have this event, the event name, frost outside fired, and minimum temperature was was 10, and the maximum humidity was 80.59. Carbon was lightly frozen, so get scraping before work.